At first glance, it may look like a community gathering, or perhaps a reunion. Friends, family, alumni, all gathered for a single reason: to tailgate at Rutgers University. A parade of faithful followers coming to see the show.
Just thanking the fans that showed up today. Created a tremendous environment in the stadium, and when we needed them most there on that last drive, they were loud. And just really appreciate the fans and the students that showed up to support us tonight. Really proud of our players, our staff. They put a lot into this. This was a big game for us. It's one that we needed, and they worked really hard, and we knew it was going to be hard. It was going to be a four-quarter game. You know, we're going to have to make plays at the end on either side or either phase, and we did that and came out with the victory. But you know, the team just has never quit. They keep fighting, they keep getting better, and they keep believing in each other, and that's why we've won a game. So,
believing in the team more than just a player. And at Rutgers, there is more than one team. On this sunny afternoon, Coach Ash's squad shared the Big Ten stage with the wrestling squad. It served as the undercard for the Scarlet Knights football game.
This game gonna be one in the trenches. Brotherhood on three. 1, 2, 3. Brotherhood.
Brotherhood, family, and quality young men. The things that are important to Coach Ash, who believes strongly in not only building a program, but shaping lives.
Let's go, get it up in here. Everybody lock in right now.
Honestly, you know, I think the main thing is we're closer in the locker room and with the staff. You know, we're doing a lot of activities over the winter and summer, and that just brings us closer on the field. And in situations like today, you know, it showed on defense, you know, all of us, we love each other. Even though sometimes I might not be in, I'll still be encouraging them and pushing for them to do well.
Yeah, guys are just stepping up when the numbers call, and I mean, they practice hard just like everybody else. So it's just good to see the guys who maybe weren't starters at the beginning of the season, who are stepping in now for guys who are injured, playing so well. So that's just good to see the kind of talent we have on the team.
No fight. I just wanna dance, wanna live my life. I don't need drink, I don't need no wine. Just gotta move and have a good old time. Yeah, keep moving, baby.
On the keeper, and scoring on the keeper, Giovanni Ruscino.
The old line did a great job run blocking, great job pass protecting. I don't think I got touched one time besides the one I threw hot out, but that's not on them. You know, they did a really good job, so I think that's part of the reason why.
I think our offensive line played outstanding today. I think our running backs ran exceptionally hard today. O-line ran block. They protect the quarterback pretty well today. Honestly, I never felt like at any point in that game that we couldn't go down and score if we didn't make mistakes and we protected the football.
The offensive line played a heck of a job. All week we was busting our butts at practice, trying to get each other better. And if we don't hurt ourselves, we're gonna have a good game, and that's what we did. It wasn't a lot of penalties. It was pretty much a clean game, and we relied on the running game, and it helped us out.
Coach Ash has been preaching to us, you know, we got to win a game on defense, and that's what we went out and did.
I definitely felt the presence of the fans. We fed off the fans' energy. So our fans really were good to us today. Our defensive line did a good job of winning the one-on-one battles, you know. I mean, the D-line got in there, pressured the quarterback. That's what led to Kai's pick six. I mean, our defensive line played great today.
Throws it off his heel as he's hit it. It's intercepted. Kai Hester. He's going to go. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Game planning-wise, we knew that the tight ends never really got targeted or any catches. So, I was man on him. So I was reading the cue and I saw, defender, someone on D lineman tackling him. So, I just saw the ball in the air and just went and got it.
I just saw the linebacker. He was like, he called it out pretty much. He said they're going to run it. He came down and blitzed, and I just cut it back, and Jerome did a good job. Kamal did a good job. The whole entire offensive line did a good job, and I just got vertical.
Last play was for a loss of the yard. This time it's Edwards catching it and scoring. What an impressive drive.
We know our true identity. We know the plays that's going to work for us. We know our bread and butter. We're trusting our coaches, and we're just trusting the process right now. And every game's just a game that we got to go out there and play real hard and real tough.
Definitely playing with a lot of momentum right now. We're playing as a team. We've been getting a lot of good team wins, and we just got to keep it up.
It's about celebrate this one, show up tomorrow, reset our focus, and just try to keep getting better.
This week on Our Football with Chris Ash, the Scarlet Knights celebrate another Big Ten victory. We'll break it all down with the head coach. We'll also look ahead to the next challenging opponent on the 2017 schedule. And we'll sit down with one of the true leaders of this year's squad, a leader on and off the field, Dorian Miller. It's all coming your way next on Our Football with Chris Ash.
Tenacity, a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Play extremely hard.
Be consistent.
Aggressive.
A bunch of fire and passion.
I represent a New Jersey.
Chase that dream that we all want. Just want to hear that cannon as you score.
Touchdown!
Atmosphere is electric.
Stadium gets real loud. He demands, perfection. When he asks for something, he wants it to be done.
Try to get to the dot. You quit.
To know that our program is on the rise.
Goes over the top and the toss is there. Touchdown catch.
This program going to another level.
Headstrong on three. Headstrong on three. 1, 2, 3. Headstrong.
Our Football with Chris Ash is brought to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, New Jersey's largest hospital and health system. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Nissan, a win for your team is a win for you too. There's nothing quite like it, except driving a Nissan.
We talk a lot about dreams and goals, right, guys? Nobody's going to give you the things that you want. If they're really important to you, you go get it. But it's time for us to go get what we want, and that means we got to go battle. How bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to get that done?
Flexing their muscle in the Big Ten. Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Beck, along with the coach. Welcome to Our Football with Chris Ash. Rutgers has won 3 of their last 4 in the Big Ten. First time in history. Coach, what's going right?
We're playing well, and we're playing with tremendous effort. We're playing with more discipline, a lot of toughness, and we're playing for each other, and we're making the plays that we need to when they need to be made, and that's really what it is.
What about your guys in terms of their commitment and their overall believing it's really come to play? Hasn't it come to fruition?
Yeah, it really has. I mean, the belief has been there. The commitment has been there. But what we're doing now is we're making the critical plays that we need to that make a difference in a football game, especially in critical situations. We're better on third down offensively. We're better on third down defensively. We're putting the ball in the end zone instead of kicking field goals. Where our special teams play is better. So, we're just playing better in all 3 phases, and that's what we need to continue to do to be able to win games.
Last play was for a loss of the yard. This time it's Edwards catching it and scoring.
The game-winning touchdown, it was a gem. Gio going to Gus Edwards. Can you talk about the execution, because everything went right?
It did. It's like anything you do on offense. If it works out well, it's a great call. If it doesn't, it's like, what were you doing? Well, we had a play called. They had a particular defense call. They were blitzing. Gio and Gus both saw the blitz. Gus got his eyes back quick. Gio dumped it off. Gus made a guy miss. The next thing you know, it was a touchdown. So it was a great in-play sight adjustment by both the quarterback and the running back to see it and feel it, execute the throw and the pass, and then the rest was history.
Gus Edwards had 109 yards rushing in this game, and I thought he took the Scarlet Knights and put them on his back those last couple of drives.
Yeah, both him and Rob Martin had great games, in my opinion. The fact that we have two really strong runners like that in our backfield, and then you can put Raheem in there and Josh Hicks in there. We can keep guys fresh in the fourth quarter. If we can play well up front, we've got some backs that can move the sticks and get those tough yards and put points on the board, and that's exactly what we did.
And you talked about Robert Martin. He's got 2,180 yards for his career in a very quiet way, unassumingly, without fanfare. He gets the job done.
He does. I really like where Rob is at right now. He's in a good place. Him and Gus really feed off each other. They're great competition for each other, but they become really close friends, and they really are taking a lot of pride in their performance and trying to lead this football team. And I just love watching them show up to work every single day, and the way those two guys are feeding off each other.
Keeper. And scoring on the keeper, Giovanni Ruscino.
And give Ruscino some credit here. 6 rushes for 54 yards, including a touchdown. And as far as passing goes, he threw for over 100 yards, but I look at his whole body of work. That's the way to really describe or break down what he did in the game, and he was solid. Good leadership.
The best way to sum it up right now, he's 3-1 as the starting quarterback. And has it been pretty? No, it hasn't. Have we left a lot of yards out there? Yes, we have. Saturday against Maryland, there were a lot of yards in the pass game that we didn't capitalize on. We've got to get better. But at the end of the day, Gio he makes some plays that we need in critical situations that move the sticks or to put points on the board, and it's allowed us to win games.
Throws it off his heel as he's hit it. It's intercepted. Kai Hester. He's going to go. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Kai Hester had his second pick 6 of the season, this one for 52 yards. He was a receiver back in high school at DePaul Catholic. He shows some pretty good skills once he touches the ball.
He's done a great job this year of being around the ball and making plays. He's disappointed because he's dropped a couple against Washington. He dropped one that he thought might have a chance. He did the same thing last week against Michigan. He dropped one that he thought he might have been able to get. So he's around the ball. He's making plays, and anytime you do that and you put it in the end zone, man, it's great. And that was the difference in the game.
I'm going to give some credit to Kevin Wilkins because he put the pressure on the play where Hester came up with the pick, and over the last 4 games, he's been amazingly consistent with his performance.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on the quarterback Saturday. That has not been one of our strong suits so far this year is sacking the quarterback. We got 4 on Saturday. We didn't give up any. That's a stat that we really take a lot of pride in, trying to be on the plus side of the sacks. I think we're one of the best teams in the conference and in the country right now in sacks given up on our offense, and we've got to continue to get more and more defensively. But that particular play where Kai's interception, a lot of it started with Kevin Wilkins' ability to get in the face of the quarterback.
Let's talk about the end of this football game. Has your heart recovered yet, first of all? those games
are exhausting. You know, the games like that in the Purdue game, and there's so much going in. It's back and forth, and again, the margin for error is so small, and every rep, every snap is so critical in the outcome of the game. It does. It takes a lot out of you. You're just constantly thinking about that play, the next play, the scenarios that could play out down the road, and what you may have to do as a football team to win the game. But yeah, that was some pretty intense football there at the end, and we survived it, and we're on to the next challenge.
How about your program now, overall, walking off the field, the sense of pride that these guys have right now, accomplishing what they have?
It's been testimony to what we're doing here. You know, we came here with a plan. We're working the plan right now. We're starting to see the awards for the plan, you know, and all their effort. You know, I look at our football team a year ago when we played Maryland to today. We're a lot bigger, we're a lot stronger, we're a lot more physical football team. And our players see that, and it's boosted their confidence because of that.
This is the Ron and Joanna Garuti Strength and Conditioning Center, and we'll have much more with the coach later in the program as we look ahead to Penn State this weekend. Stay with us on Our Football with Chris Ash. Our Football with Chris Ash is brought to you by UPS. With UPS Next Day Air, your package is guaranteed overnight delivery, so your Scarlet Knight gear can arrive just in time for game day. And by High Point Solutions. We deliver practical and strategic business technology solutions. Our football with Chris Ash rolls on, and this is left guard Dorian Miller, who's made 31 career starts at Rutgers, including 9 this year. And Dorian, after the game against Michigan, you said, no more moral victories. Well, you've had real victories to talk about. What about the transformation?
Yeah, no, it's been great so far. You know, a lot of guys are really buying into what we're doing here with Coach Ash, and you know, guys are really putting their head down. Since the bye week, you know, we had a meeting as a team, and guys, you know, were able to get some stuff off of their chest and really air things out. And I think since then, you know, guys have really had their minds right, and I've really been preparing the right way. And so, as the captain, what did you say in that players-only meeting? Yeah, I mean, I think overall the tone of the meeting was just, you know, nothing's guaranteed. You know, and I just shared, you know, my mindset every day when I take the practice field is that I'm not even a starter. You know, I carry the mindset that my job could get taken at any moment, and that you know, someone's always pressing on my heels, and there's enough talent in the program for me to be replaced. So
1, 2, 3.
I just shared that with the guys, because you know, you just never know what guys are thinking, and maybe, you know, some people are complacent, and you know, they don't feel threatened. And I think, you know, in order for a program to succeed, you need that sense of urgency, you know, when you take that practice field every day.
What's the locker room been like now that you've won 3 of your last 4, coming off the win over Maryland on Saturday?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, a lot of positive energy. You know, guys are, I think, you know, slowly but surely, you know, guys are maturing, and guys are really understanding how to win games, and that it's not easy. You know, it's simply just not that easy. So, you know, the overall morale is high, and you know, guys are really excited.
You're from Metuchen. You played for the Metuchen High School Bulldogs. So you're a Jersey guy who decided to stay home. What's the message to other kids in the Garden State?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, if you really, you know, want to represent this state, and you know, you really want to you know, hold this state down, so to speak, you should do it in the state itself. You should do it at the state school.
Build something within.
Build something within, and really have that Jersey pride, because obviously you can represent the state at another university, but at the end of the day, you know, you're not carrying that brand with you. You're not carrying that state with you and putting that state on your back. Yeah, you could represent it from a state outside of a school outside of the state, but at the same time, there's nothing like doing it right here, you know, at home.
You can't talk about Dorian Miller without talking about music. Everybody sees you bopping around the hallways.
Right.
And where does your love for music come from?
It comes from my father. He found a love for rap, you know, and growing up, you know, he was showed to it by a good friend of his, Luke. And, you know, through that, he developed a strong passion for rap. And, you know, he came up here, started working at the Source magazine in the 90s, intern. Eventually worked his way to CEO. I was just always riding around. You know, I was in the Yukon XL with my dad. And
what's your choice for music right now?
I mean, I would probably, you know, I would have to go with, you know, guys like Kendrick Lamar. You know, I like the J. Coles. You know, those guys that are, you know, they have the true hip-hop essence in what they do. But, you know, I listen to all of it, though. You know, I listen to Young Thug, I listen to Future, I listen to Migos. You know, we had them perform for us, so that was a pleasant surprise. But I like to be balanced.
Do you think music will be in your future?
I think so. I mean, I think it's a possibility. You know, once I'm done with football, you know, I definitely want to explore those options and try to get my hands in it.
It sounds good, and there's a lot of excitement here on the banks right now. What's your message to the fans?
I mean, you know, right now we're building something special, and you know, I think, you know, if you don't hop on now, then you'll be hopping on too late. So, you know, just have faith in this program, and we're going to continue to build and get better.
Number 60, Dorian Miller. His offensive line is making some sweet music right now. I'll see you soon. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Back with more Our Football with Chris Ash in a moment.
Go, Jay! I'm Dr. Yvette Rooks, Chief Medical Officer for Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas Health Sports Medicine. You are what you eat, so make sure that plate is balanced with fruits and vegetables, a protein, a carbohydrate, and your dairy.
So red-hot Rutgers now travels to State College to take on Penn State, who has lost 2 bowl games in a row. And, Coach, that means they're going to be hungry this week for sure.
Well, they're a talented football team. I really have a lot of respect for where they're at in their program. They've done a great job of building that thing up. They've got talented players on both sides of the field. And I don't care if they've won, 10 in a row or lost 10 in a row. They're going to continue to prepare the way that they need to play their best football. And, it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us going over there.
Saquon Barkley is one of the most talented players in the country. He's got 34 career touchdowns. Do you contain a guy like that?
It's very hard. I mean, he is as good as there is in America. He's one of the best running backs to play the college game. And he can wow you with some of his cuts and the way that he stops and restarts and his explosiveness and his speed. And, he's very impressive. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge. We've got to do a great job of having gap integrity. We've got to do a great job with our pursuit and gang tackling. And you're never going to completely shut a guy down like that, but you got to hope to limit the yards that he gets.
And what about Trace McSorley, who's got 19 touchdown passes and only 8 picks, another guy who's very dangerous?
I think he's the key to everything that they do. He runs that offense exceptionally well. He makes tremendous decisions. He can beat you with his arm. He can beat you with his feet. And I think he's really the difference maker. Saquon Barkley is an outstanding player, but I think Trace is the guy that makes it all work.
You made a commitment. You believe in the plan. You believe in each other. It's the most important thing.
No time to rest on your laurels, because right away you got another Big Ten game on the road against one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, that's our league, and every week's a tough week. And as you look around the landscape of the Big Ten, if you're not ready to play, any team can beat another team, and especially when you go on the road, it's even that much more of a challenge. So, yeah, there's no rest. We got 3 games left, and our job is to continue to try to improve our football team and see how good we can make this team, and hopefully we can play our best football here in the last 3 weeks.
Hey, that's how you finish. Appreciate y'all boys, man.
Oh, man, another W. Always good to get a W at home.
Have these recent wins galvanized your team where you kind of go out there with more confidence than you've had early in the year?
Well, yeah, we have built up confidence. Our belief has continued to grow in what we're doing, but it is motivating. When you work really, really hard and you don't get the results that you want, that's demotivating at times. But thankfully, our guys, how it is. Some of the greatest things happen through those that continue to push and grind through those tough times, and our players have done that, and they're starting to have some success. So it is a motivating situation when that happens, and our guys go out to practice every day with a lot of energy.
Do I dare bring up the B word, Coach? And you know what I'm talking about?
No,
bowl?
No, we're not using that word. We're not even thinking about it. So it's not in our conversations. It's not in our thoughts. Our focus is trying to be as good as we can be, and we got a long way to go to get there.
Can I use the G word? Good luck?
That's okay. That's okay.
Have a great game, Coach, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's it for this edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. See you next week.